Hey there, people of the internet, my name is Sivana'as and welcome to my studio. So it's been a while since I've done a nightmare game video, and that's mostly due to me just focusing on my other projects, like with the Minichi Pokemon and the D&D stuff. So I've kind of just put a pause on making the comic because it's a little difficult for me right now, but I'm always thinking about it. Anyway, it's also been quite a while since I've had an actual nightmare, especially one that scared me so bad I woke up due to my internal screaming being so loud. More on that later. So, sorry in advance, and now let's just get into the drawing. I've always found it interesting that nightmares are so much more memorable to me. And usually, when I have a nightmare and I wake up, I'm just like, oh, okay, that happened, or that was neat, that would make a cool movie. Because for the most part, I just find my nightmares interesting. They usually don't scare me after I wake up, but this one did for some reason. I don't remember a whole lot about the beginning, but I think the general idea is that Victor, myself, and some friends were playing a video game, and we were playing as these kids who were trying to solve a mystery, all Scooby-Doo-like, and we split up into pairs and went around this big weird house. Well, at some point my character, who was a boy, took control of Victor's character, who was a girl, and then ended up in a room that was apparently her room. Now, at this point, I was fully in this girl's perspective. I still knew I was playing a game, but it was like I was transported into her body in the game. So now I was in her room, and it was all dark and spooky, and like stuff had been messed up and thrown all over the place. I picked up a piece of furniture, and out from under it came this weird giant spider thing with a freaky face, which I have on the sides here, and it really freaked me out, but it scurried away. Then I continued into the rest of the house, which was very bright, like it was the middle of the day, and there were more of those weird spider things, but they just skittered away, or I stepped on them, or they were like outside the windows. So I decided to get a big knife from the kitchen to help me kill the spiders. I got two, which were knives that I actually have in my house, with one being a bit bigger and sharper. Now here's where we get into the actual subject of the drawing. After I got the knives, I saw an open door and decided to look around, but when I poked my head in, I saw this thing waiting for me behind the door. It had the body of a normal man, just in a gray t-shirt, but it had the face of a mangled dog or cat thing that was just like stitched up leather with patches of stringy hair of fur coming out of everywhere. I didn't know if it was a mask or its real face, but I screamed and tried to run away, but it caught me and held me by the arms and just stared at me with its grotesque smile. I took out one knife and stabbed it right in the middle of the face, pushing as deep as I could, but it was just unfazed. It didn't care. It was still smiling and silent and creepy. Then I tried to slice at its neck with the bigger, sharper knife, but it just got stuck. And then it just squeezed me and held me there while I screamed at the top of my lungs until I woke up. My eyes shot open and I had a mini panic attack. It's hard to describe exactly what I saw and felt, and I did my best to recreate the thing in this drawing, but it was just much, much worse. I was so scared that I couldn't go back to sleep, and the image of this horrifying monster just kept replaying in my head. Even after drawing it, it's still not out of my system. And honestly, I hate looking at this thing. It freaks me out so much, but if I have to deal with it, well, now so do you. Sorry. Anyway, I was trying this new recording style where you don't see all of the Photoshop stuff and don't see me zoom in and out and flip all over the place. This was just a test to see what you all thought of it. Do you like the still canvas, or do you want to see my whole process of zooms and flips? Let me know in the comments. I also wanted to do kind of a lineless style for this, more of a painterly style, to really capture its gross, wrinkled face. Honestly, I both enjoyed and hated this drawing. I liked the loose sketching style, where I did like tons of lines, and I think it looks really good, but I just hate having to look at this thing for hours. It's also frustrating to me that while as much as I hate this and it freaks me out, it doesn't look scary enough. Like, it doesn't look exactly how I imagined it in that nightmare. Like, it's just not scary enough, but I don't know how else I can do this. I also apologize for my voice kind of running out. I went to a concert for Breaking Benjamin and Disturbed and screamed my head off, so my throat kind of hurts. So my idea for the nightmare game is that it is this like physical world of nightmares, and it has all of these different locations that form like a continent that looks like a brain. And each different part of the brain will determine like what kind of goes on in that specific place. I will draw a map of this weird brain nightmare world eventually, but for now, I was thinking of putting this Dogman, as I've been calling him, in the Mother's Manor, where the Mother of Eyes lives, since, you know, he was in a house. And her manor is its own location, and it's massive. Like, the whole section of the brain is just her big-ass house. I don't think I'm going to give him a better name. Most of the Nightmare Game monsters are just kind of named by whatever they look like anyway, like the Janitor and Razor Woman, who actually used to be called Scissorhand Lady. So, this is Dogman, and I hate him. But yeah, so let me know what you think about this new recording style and this painterly style that I did. I had a lot of fun painting it, even though I hate it. It's very I have very complicated feelings about this thing. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, tell me why. I will be doing more Nightmare Game stuff on the side, but it is not exactly a priority for me right now. And don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already. As always, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.